Welcome to my one chapter daily Bible reading. Let us read the Word of God that is forever new, please. Like, share, and
Genesis chapter 12. Now the Lord said to Abraham, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonor you I will curse, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So Abraham went as the Lord told him, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he departed from Haran, and took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people that they had acquired in Haran, and they set out to go to the land of Canaan. When they came to the land of Canaan, Abraham passed through the land to the place at Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, to your offspring I will give this land. So he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved to the hill country on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abraham journeyed on, still going toward the Negeb. Now there was a famine in the land, so Abraham went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, I know that you're a beautiful woman in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake. When Abraham entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that woman was very beautiful. And when the prince of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And for her sake he dealt well with Abraham, and he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife. So Pharaoh called Abraham and said, what is this you've done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife, take her and go. And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. So guys, Genesis 12 is significant because it marks the call of Abraham, later Abraham, by God to begin a new covenant and plan to bless all nations through his descendants. The chapter introduces the key themes of faith, obedience, and divine promise as God calls Abraham to leave his home, establishes a covenant, and promises him a great nation and a land which will be a blessing to all the families of the earth. It also shows the complexities of faith through Abraham's journey, including his fear in Egypt and deception regarding his wife, but ultimately highlights God's faithfulness despite human flaws. Now, key thing to notice in this chapter 12 is one, the call, because God calls Abraham to leave his homeland for a land God will show him, promising to make him a great nation, bless him, and make his name great. This represents a foundational step in God's plan to save humanity. Another thing to recognize is the covenant and promise, because God promises Abraham that his descendants will be as numerous as the stars, and that through his family all families on earth will be blessed. This promise is central to biblical narrative and is fulfilled through Jesus Christ, the descendant of Abraham. Another key point was the journey to Egypt. A famine forced Abraham to go to Egypt. He fears for his life and asks his wife Sarai to say she is his sister, a deception that puts her at risk. Another key point is the journey, God's intervention. Pharaoh takes Sarai, but God sends plagues upon his household. When Pharaoh learns the truth, he returns Sarai and sends Abraham away from Egypt, showing God's protection and faithfulness even when his chosen ones make mistakes. So you could see faith, because the chapter demonstrates the challenges of faith, requiring Abraham to trust God's promises even when he couldn't see the outcome, and also God's faithfulness. Despite Abraham's error, God remains faithful to his promises and uses the situation to both protect Abraham and reveal his power. And lastly, the universality of God's plan. The promise to bless all family on earth through Abraham's line establishes a universal scope for God's plan of salvation. On to the next video, guys. Stay blessed and God bless you.